Hey everyone, welcome to the debut video on the new My Little Ponies review channel, pBEFOREi. So you might recognize me from the eBEFOREi channel, and I still do that, but that basically morphed into a pretty much exclusive channel for Transformers. So what I know about My Little Pony comes from me watching it with my daughter, but I do have an appreciation for these figures, and the people that I have met online through the pony reviews have been just fantastic, a great community of both boys and girls and women and men and bronies and non-bronies, and just the community's been fantastic. So I thought I would start a whole channel exclusive to My Little Pony. So I'm very excited about this. Anyway, for my first video here, you see that I found two of the packs of the Crystal Empire series, Princess Celestia and Pinkie Pie, and Princess Luna and Rarity. So today, we're going to focus on this one. Now, what's interesting about this figure right here is this is the first time that Princess Celestia has been presented in this size, in her actual color, which is great, because normally she's been pink, but on the television show she's always been white. So it makes sense that she would match the way that she is on the show, and I'm so happy to actually have a figure that's color correct, so that's great. She appears to come with the brush, but we'll get this open, and Pinkie Pie. Hello, Pinkie Pie. So, yeah, there's that. Typical things on the box. You've got choking hazards, so ages 3+ can open this up, and if you're under 3, well, then you've got to wait a little bit longer, I suppose. On the back of the box, you have a little bit of a bio.
Princess Celestia invites Pinkie Pie along to explore the sparkling magic of the Crystal Empire.
Alright, so that's the little thing on the back, and a bunch of fine print, and yep, 2 pony figures, a tiara, a necklace, and a comb. So that's what you get in the box. Let's get this box open and see how cool these figures are. Almost open! Alright, so here they are opened up and out of the package, and they do look great. I mean, these are really, really nice looking figures. Taking a look at some of the detail on Princess Celestia, I mean, you can see that she is a very nicely painted figure. She still has some kind of blush in the cheeks here, which is a nice touch. She has purple in her eyes. She does have a tiara that is removable, so that can come off. The wings are still that kind of soft plastic, and it's really nice because it has that two-tone to it, this kind of clear, and then the pink tone up on the top. The clear is more see-through. You can see my finger through that. And then this one's not quite as much, but it still is transparent, so you still kind of see through it, or translucent. The tail, the way it was packaged, kind of curled up, but you know, you can fix that a bit later. And this comes off as well. You want to take that off. Cutie mark, again, the sun, right there, looks pretty good. And there's no cutie mark on the other side, which is typical of most of the My Little Pony basic figures. We'll go ahead and take I left this piece on her leg right here to keep her hair, but let's go ahead and undo that, because I want you to see these pieces right here in the hair, the little sparkly bits. Alright, so the hair unfurled a little bit, and you can see that she has the real sparkly pieces of hair kind of mixed in there. It's more of a, oh, what would you call that? It's just kind of a real thin piece of plastic. I bet it would stretch if you pulled on it too hard. But it's that kind of tinsel hair, which is cool, and it makes the figure look really nice, so no issues with that whatsoever. Now, on articulation, her head does move back and forth, and that's all you're going to get. The wings aren't really meant to move. They're a solid piece of plastic. They are soft rubber, so you could kind of flap them if you want to like that. But you have to be real careful, because the fact that this is just a piece of rubber with no joints means that if you try to play with it too much and flap it, you could rip it real easily. In fact, I have another version of Princess Celestia here that did get ripped a bit, and you can see right here what happens when you play too rough with these things. So be real careful with these plastic wings, and I'm sure you'll be just fine. For those that want to see what she looks like with her hair a bit more combed out, it looks really impressive. I mean, it's really, really sparkly and shiny, and I should mention that it's 2 different colors. You've got blue and purple mixed in with this kind of tinsel plastic. On her tail, you also have blue and purple as well. The tiara that you get on both of these figures are pretty much identical on the old Celestia and the new one. So not really any difference at all in the accessories themselves, but the details on it, if you want to see it up close, if you don't have a version of this figure, you've got all the very royal little swirly bits in here, and same thing on the necklace as well. Okay, so we'll put her off to the side for just a moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pinkie Pie. Now, I don't really see any real difference between this version of Pinkie Pie and the non-Crystal Empire, just standard 4-inch Pinkie Pie. I don't see any difference at all. Let's get our hair out of here. Let me cut this thing off. Yeah, I don't see any difference at all. I just don't. Yeah, I don't really see any difference at all. I mean, it just looks like a standard Pinkie Pie figure. Cutie Mark balloons, yeah, still party balloons. She's the party one. So, yeah, it's cool, but definitely not worth picking this up just for the Pinkie Pie. I'm sure you already have one. So that kind of makes this purchase a bit tough because this retails in the U.S. for $12.99 or $13. And while this figure is nice and arguably worth $13, this one is just kind of a throw-in. I wish they had done something a little bit different on Pinkie Pie to add to the value of this set. Size comparing Celestia to one of her previous versions, and she's the exact same size, so it's a bigger figure. I'd say a 6 or 7 inch, 8-inch figure. I don't have my ruler, but she belongs with the basic set just fine. And she's going to be bigger, as you can see, when you stand her next to the real basic 4-inch pony. But size-wise and scale, I think it scales very well. All right, I have my daughter here with me, and I want her to tell you a little something about both of these characters. So what can you tell me about Princess Celestia?
She's magical and she helps Twilight with her studies.
Oh, she's magical and helps Twilight with her studies. Very good. And what can you tell me about Pinkie Pie?
She loves parties and she sets parties when her friends don't expect her to. She sets parties always. And she set party when she was little. Her town used to be really boring, you know? And then she realized a party and then she got these little balloons right there on the cutie mark.
Yay! Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. And some further details on these toys on the bottom. They still have the pony pegs, so you can peg these into your favorite My Little Pony accessories. Both of them are there, so that's cool. And also some Hasbro markings and numbers, and things you probably don't care about. So anyway, that's my review of the My Little Pony Crystal Empire set featuring Princess Celestia and Pinkie Pie. I really, really appreciate everything that you do for me on my old channel and hopefully on my new one as well. If you're watching this anywhere other than YouTube, my channel is youtube.com/pBEFOREi. And if you want to see Transformer reviews, you can go to my other channel at youtube.com/eBeforeI. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/eBeforeI. And you can follow me on Twitter at E_before_I. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you again real soon.